If you're gonna say me that this is the right thing to do and you are wrong and you cannot justify it, then that's an arrogance. What you see on mass media, right? For a lot of people, it becomes a standard, okay, without even thinking about it.
Hey
Yun.
everyone, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Work from Home podcast and of course watching as well. So, my name is RJ Boarao and I'll be your host for today. And I just want to greet you like a happy Wednesday. You're listening to this on a Wednesday evening. So, I hope you're having a beautiful day. And let me introduce you our guest for today. So, our guest helps high ticket coaches multiply their brand's perceived value up to 10 times. Wow. He's the owner and co founder at High Street Media and the CEO and founder at Hero Funnels Premium. He teaches us not to look cheap. Ay, nakakahiya naman. Let's all welcome the premium brand designer, Paul G. Hey, Paul. Kumusta?
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks. I'm excited.
Okay. So, umpisahan natin 'to, Paul. Can you like introduce yourself yung hindi pa alam sa ng mga tao, yung hindi mo like pino-post masyado sa social media? Sino ba
Mukhang
si
mahirap na
Paul?
tanong yan.
Umpisa
Mukhang
pa
mahirap
lang
na
ba?
tanong yan. Wala sa questionnaire yun ah. Uh, well, I don't know. I think I'm a very, private person. Kasi, although I'm kind of active sa my social media, but I don't see myself as parang very social. That's why yung wife ko is palaging nagko-complain sa akin but di ko raw pino-post yung mga picture namin, mga picture mga sabi ko, I'm not doing this for my personal reason. This is all about business. So I if I'm not working online, I want to be on social media. So yeah, I'm a very private person. I don't talk about much about my personal life, kung ano yung meron ako or anong story meron ako behind behind what I do as a freelance premium brand designer. So I think yun. And I'm a religious person. So di lang halata. I'm a religious person. Okay, I'm a very spiritual person.
Galing. Hindi halata pero ang galing. Joke lang po. So, parang yun nga, um, ang galing kasi hindi mo pa sinasabi yung story mo. Pero famous ka na, sir. Famous,
Mm.
famous ka na. Alam mo yon parang you haven't even share your story yet. Paano kung shinare mo pa, 'di ba? Kasi yun naman talaga yung nagpapahook minsan sa ating mga audience, yung ating
Mm.
personal story and yung mga experiences natin, 'di ba? Ang
Ah,
galing.
okay.
Okay, so my next question. If you're gonna start a work from home business again from scratch, because I know that you've been freelancing for like 10 years now, right?
Mm-hmm,
What
mm-hmm.
are the steps that you will take to move forward?
If I would start over again,
Yes, from scratch.
I think I have a very bizarre answer to that. Siguro, I would I would marry and have kids sooner.
Oh.
Yeah, because I've I've kind of thought this yung yung question na yan. It's kind of interesting um thought experiment. But before yung answer ko to that question is I would have start sooner. But when I would have started sooner before I get married. Yun yung usually na sagot ko before. But when I kind of thought about it on a deep level, sabi ko ganun, I don't think it would make any change. It would make any difference if I would start sooner when I was single. The reason was because I don't have that kind of responsibility and pressure when I was single. So I've already had this dream of becoming successful financially, right? And and I've already had some ideas on how to do it when I was still single. But I only take action once I got married and had kids. So I think um, that's the answer that I would like to to give whenever I ask that question. Kasi the thought process behind it is we need that pressure, that struggle, that good amount of pressure and struggle to move forward. Okay, so if I would start over, I need that same amount of pressure, even yung challenge na yun, to be tawag ito, sooner than later, right? Uh, because I believe, and I think this is based on psychological research, na unless you unless you experience pain and struggle, you're not gonna move forward. Okay, so comparing that when I was no in when I was single, I don't have any responsibility. I don't have any pressure. I hate working. I hate doing stuff that I don't like. So but when I got into when I got the responsibility na during that time na that I had to do something. I had to make things work in order for us, my family, to survive or live. And that's the not doing it becomes not an option for me. Okay, so I had to do it no matter what. So that's when I started learning more about business, freelancing, developing my skills, disciplining myself, changing my environment, my friends, you know, turn my life around. And that's when I saw yung big change talaga na I don't think it would happen if I didn't have that kind of responsibility. If I don't put my back against the wall, right? In order to move forward. So yeah, that's the that's the answer to that. I can get deep, but for the sake of time, but yeah,
Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. Kasi, you know, I had, well, I got pregnant when I was 20.
Yeah,
So, I experienced it earlier. Kaya, yung drive, actually, it's the drive eh. Yung driving force mo when you're wanting something, when you're wanting to be successful in life. Yun talaga yung
yeah.
parang mag-move forward sa'yo. Yung family mo and lahat ng mga parang gusto mong makamit. Wow, ang lalim. Makamit for them. Yun talaga. Kaya,
That's right, and it's kind of a sad reality na a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs want to be successful and want to be labeled as entrepreneurs, but um, most of them actually are wanapreneurs, just wanapreneurs. So they just want to be entrepreneurs, but they don't want to do what it takes to be a real entrepreneur or a businessman. Yeah, because in order for you to be successful in business, you gotta change most of what you've already, learned in life, your habit, your activities, your mindset,
your
your
friends.
relationship. So yeah, it's a totally different ball game. So from doing just uh, living paycheck to paycheck. So it's totally different.
Okay. I totally get that. Parang ganyan din yung pinagdaanan ko. Kaya gets ko yan.
Hmm.
Okay. Pero sa opinion mo, sir, okay, ano yung pinaka-importanting personality trait naman yung kailangan ng isang entrepreneur o yung mag-work from home?
For me, I think you need to be passionate about problem solving. Okay, you got to find a problem that is big enough and valuable enough that you want to solve, and find a way to build the skill that is necessary to solve that problem, and the money will just follow it because money is just a byproduct of doing something right at the right time. So, and in order for you to to do that, first you need to find a problem that is valuable enough for other people that they're willing to pay you to solve it. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And and build the skill that is necessary. So unless you are passionate about problem solving or solving problems of other people or other businesses, I don't think you're gonna stay long enough in the game of freelancing. And if you're just in it for the money, you're gonna end up frustrated most of the time because money doesn't come all the time. Okay, it's just a byproduct of doing something right at the right time. And I think second is you need to be obsessed with personal development. Okay, doing things beyond money. You know, becoming a best version of yourself. Become passionate about learning every day. You know, so I think those are the top qualities for me in order for you to succeed in in any field of life. You know, not that you want to be the best in.
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you for that. For the sake of the newbies listening and watching right now, can you give an example ng parang problem na pwede nilang isolve para sa mga clients?
Well, for business, there's a common problems in all business. Okay, and ang pinaka number one problem ng most businesses is sales or revenue, right? So, but they they generate revenue or sales in different ways. So, if you can find a way to address that problem with the skill that you have or with the skill that you want to learn and master, then that's the way for you to be successful in the business. That's the first step. Learning the skill that is necessary to solve other people's problem. Okay, and once you build that skill set, okay, you become more valuable in the marketplace. Just like what uh, Sir Jim Rohn said, right? That you are paid relative to the value that you bring to the marketplace. Okay, so if you want to be successful financially in the marketplace or in any business, then you have to raise your value, or at least you uh, I don't know, level up the value that you can bring to the table. Okay, and that's by honing a specific skill that is high valued and solving a high valued problem for a certain business that's related to their revenue or sales. So parang ganun.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for that answer, Paul. Kasi I know that a lot of newbies right now nagtataka, ano ba yung sinasabi nito na problema na pwedeng isolve, 'di ba? Kasi syempre,
Yeah,
ang dami-dami namang ang dami-daming niche, ang dami-dami ding industry. So parang minsan akala ng iba saturated na, pero it's the value, it's the actual value that you give to your potential clients that matters talaga. So,
yeah.
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 Okay, I'm digressing right now. What was the biggest failure that you've ever experienced in your life, in your career? And how did you rise above it?
Uh, biggest failure.
Mhm.
Ano ba? Uh, there are a lot of failures that I've encountered along the way. So my view of failures. uh, has changed uh, over the past years. So I see it as a process, part of the process. Okay, if you don't fail, you don't learn. Okay, the bigger failure you get, the bigger lesson you get, and the better you get as well. So biggest failure I think for me is yung ano ba? I don't really dwell in the past. So medyo nakakalimutan ko na iba. Siguro yung ano, yung mga business venture that I joined into. Karamihan yung mga networking, all right?
Oh.
Networking. So just like a lot of people joining networking, di nag-work for me. But I didn't see it as a complete failure na useless because what I learned in that space uh, is help me prepared. Okay, help me to be prepared to the next step that I need to take. Right, because although na I didn't make a lot of money from those, but it gave me the experience and it opened up the opportunity, the possibility for me to earn money when it comes to uh, having your own business. You know, yung mga insights, yung mga personal development na mga tinuturo nila in networking, that really became so much helpful for me uh, to take on the next challenge in building my own business.
You know,
So I think that's it.
mhm. Earlier, I was telling you that I watched your interview with Rene, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you mentioned that you have three agencies, right?
mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
How do you manage that? How do you manage three agencies?
Well, manage yung time management for me. It's just a kind of a fad. Okay. Um, i- the best way for me to manage your time is to follow the Pareto principle, yung 80-20 rule. Okay. You only have a hard time managing your time because you have so much minor stuff that you do in your life. Okay. Okay. You are really good in doing minor things other than majoring on major things. Okay. So and for me, for you to have to be able to manage multiple businesses, you need to know your priorities, right? And you need to know kung ano yung mga bagay na um, doesn't really give you value, uh, that are fun, all right? That are, gives you kind of a pleasure, but it doesn't give you that, value in the long term. So uh, those are the things that I take out or I just kind of remove in my day-to-day activities and life. So I don't watch Netflix, I don't watch movies, I don't go out partying, I don't go out with friends. So I just really find a way to enjoy building my business and finding a way, creative ways to solve other people's problem that nobody can. So I'm kind of obsessed when it comes to that, creativity and and then I don't know, being good at struggling, because I believe that whether you do something or you don't, uh, you're gonna struggle. Okay, at some point in time, we all struggle because we live in a fallen world. Okay, you can't escape that uh, unless you're dead. So for me, I would rather find a struggle that I would enjoy and much more valuable. That would help me become my best self in the future. So anything that does not contribute to that goal or to that, objective, I resist myself not to engage in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So best
Self-discipline.
time management is removing all the, 80%, 80% the minor things in your life and just focus on the 20%.
Mhm. Okay. Nice, nice. Do you have any app that you use na very crucial sa business mo?
Of course, yung mga online banking apps ko, yan ang kailangan ko
Uh,
yan.
no, for like designing.
Designing, well, ano lang naman, yung Adobe, Creative Suite, yung
Okay.
so yun lang yung importante for me, for my freelancing business. So kasi yung other agencies ko, meron ng ano yun, it's kind of a different niche. So meron ng team tsaka system in place. So
Mm,
for on my personal naman freelancing agency ko, uh, that's the most important tools that I have. Yung Adobe Creative Suite, yung Photoshop, AI, Adobe Premiere, so yung mga ganun.
okay. Okay.
Ayun yun.
Okay. Any piece of advice that you can share with the work from home nation?
Piece of advice, marami. But I think number one is enjoy the process. You need to find a way to enjoy the process. Okay, because I believe that there are multiple paths to success. Okay, there are many ways to skin the cat, and don't fall for those gurus o mga kung anong tinuturo ng ibang tao na this is the way to be successful, right? This is the way to financial freedom. Okay. What works for others may not work for you. Okay, because we have a very unique position in life. There are so much nuances involved: time, energy, skills. Network, your environment. Okay, and saying that this is the only way to success is for me that's a BS. So there are multiple paths to success. If you think that you don't enjoy the process that you're in right now, find a way, find another way that lead you to the same goal, and enjoy it. Or you can build the process that that will make your work or your process much more enjoying. So that's a very big thing. Don't do it for the sake of money alone. Okay, if your primary motivation is money, you're gonna end up frustrated all the time, most of the time, because you don't get money all the time, right? So, but if you hinge your happiness, your fulfillment, and getting better, learning every day, learning something new every day, then you will feel successful. Okay, because that's what you get every day. As long as you stay in the game, you get better. Okay, you can't be worse than yourself yesterday. Okay, because today you have more experience, you have more information than yesterday. Right. So as long as you stay in the game, you do something every day that you like and that you enjoy toward that goal, then you have something to celebrate on. Right? Because the path to success is so long, right? The road to success is so long, and life is so short. Okay, I don't want to wait until I get to get successful to be successful before I enjoy life, because um, achieving success would only feel good for a while. Okay, but yung process is so long. So I would rather find a way to enjoy the process, yung journey. Okay, I want every day that I do things toward that goal. I want to make sure that I enjoy it. Okay, regardless if it's slow or fast. Okay, because if you're enjoying what you do, your perception of time shrinks. So um, that's what how I kind of process my life right now in business. So yeah, that's the biggest no, I think yung tawag
Advice.
nito, yung tip for everyone who is starting out in the business, even those who are already been doing this for quite a while.
Mm.
Okay, because there are a lot of freelancers out there na who are already earning good amount of money, but they don't enjoy their work, right? So they still feel exhausted and burn out a lot of times. So I don't want to be in that situation. So enjoy the process.
I absolutely agree. And I love what you said about if you don't enjoy the process now, then find a way to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Or yeah, ang ganda nun. Ayan, do you know anyone or can you name someone na pwede kong ma-interview na related siyempre sa work from home?
International ba?
Sure, international, can be local.
Kung international si ano, Alex Hormozy o Grant Cardone.
Oh,
So
Grant
marami yan.
Cardone. Good luck.
Kaya pwede rin si ano, Tony Robbins kung gusto niyo.
Grabe naman
So,
yun.
sa local naman, ano ba? Na-interview mo na ata sila eh. Interview mo na si John,
Mhm.
si Alan, I think wala pa, right?
Ay, wala pa, wala pa.
Yeah, you can ano, set podcast interview with Alan siguro.
Okay. Sige, sige. Si Alan Ngo. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Um, just this question I ask each and every one of my guests. If given a chance, would you rather go back to work in the office or still work from home?
Well, it depends what kind of chance we are talking about. So if you're gonna give me a chance to run the company as a CEO and you pay me multi-million, you know, dollars every month and give me a share of that ownership, then yeah, I think that's an attractive, offer.
Mm.
Um, the only thing that would siguro stop me from working at the office in the company is if if I play by other people's term, right? So I want to make sure that I have the control. Okay, I have amount of control when it comes to making big decisions when it comes to my space, right? So if it's my space, then you know I should be the authority. Because I respect what I do in my space. I put tons time, effort, energy, and learning, and mastering it. So and I don't want to be unless that you can beat me. When it comes to doing my thing, then yeah, I'll respect you. But if you don't know anything about what I do, and you'll hire me and you know give me instructions on what I'm supposed to do, then that's not gonna work for me. Okay, f your money. I don't need
Okay. Okay. So if anybody wants to hire Paul, now you know. Okay.
it.
Okay. So I usually ask random questions here, but before I ask that question, do you have anything that you want to promote? And where can we find you online?
uh, you can find me anywhere online. I'm more active on Facebook because that's where my platform for my community. I run a community called Premium Design Masters. So it's an intensive live training and coaching program for designers or freelance designers who want to level up their design skills and charge more and attract more premium clients by you know um, being the best in doing the design not just from aesthetic perspective, but more importantly, from the business and marketing perspective. So this is not for beginners. This is more for those who already have an experience when it comes to selling creative services and want to position themselves as an expert, as the go-to person in their target market, and provide the best result for their clients. So and charge more. So that's it. They can find me on Facebook. Just search my name, Paul Guetan or Paul G.
Okay.
You'll find it.
Paul Guetan, Guetan, right?
Yeah.
Guetan.
And if they're interested about yung intensive program, kasi it's very limited for uh 10 people per 10
Oh.
student per batch.
Mhm.
So they can go to premiumdesignmasters.com to sign up for waitlist.
Okay.
Hmm.
How much do you charge for that for each student?
For each student, it's I think it's still kind of low
Mhm.
because I just started out a couple months ago.
Oh,
So 20,000 per student. Okay,
okay.
for that 21 intensive program. Kasi ano yun it's a live training where you can interact. You can I'm gonna do things live and you watch over my shoulder and you can ask me questions in real time.
Oh, more like a workshop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, more of a workshop and then may mga homework. And hindi siya ganoon kadali kung beginners ka,
Mhm.
hindi ka hindi ka makakasabay. Okay, so you need to have an experience pagdating sa at least graphic design tsaka yung selling creative services.
Mhm.
Kasi medyo high level na yung tinuturo ko, medyo advanced na siya. Oo.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And for my random question, if you found out that the world was ending in a year, how would you spend your time? Remember that the world would be ending in a year for everyone else too. Okay. So,
Mhm.
how would that
Mhm.
affect your options?
Well, medyo mabigat na tanong yan. If I knew it, I think I would get right with my creator. Because I'm like what I said, I'm a religious person, hindi lang halata. But while at the same time, I'm a very logical person. So I was born Christian, in a Christian family. My dad is a pastor. But during my childhood, I didn't see this spiritual stuff a reality. They're just merely beliefs. And there are point in my adult life that I became agnostic, that I just don't believe that there's God out there, there's no creator, there's no beginning. Okay, we just kind of a product of evolution, product of accident. And I came to the point that I know, just like I don't know what they call it, identity crisis. Uh, yung mga biggest questions in life. Where did we come from? What are we doing here? Where are we going? Is there really life after death? So I think that made me curious about things, and become uh, kind of a philosopher in some sense. So I kind of do my own research on that, do my own study, studying theology, philosophy, and history, and logic, and came to the point that it totally made sense, right? Because if death is real, okay, for me, the most important thing to know in life is to know what's beyond death, right? If there's really an eternity or not. Because for me, if that's real, eternity is real, okay? No matter how long you live here on earth, even if you live 100 years or 1,000 years, that's still nothing compared to eternity, right? And that if there's really a heaven and hell out there in the afterlife, then I gotta know. right? And because that's the no, I don't want to risk that eternity because if that's real, and yeah, it's kind of a jump into that kind of fate thing, but I didn't start from there. So I started from what most philosophers where they start questioning is there a intelligent uh agency or creator out there? Where did the first life began? Okay, and kind of think through it, what really made sense. Okay, about morality, right? Because if there's no real, if there's no God, if there's no standard of right and wrong, then we we're just kind of there's no really objective right and wrong. It's about just opinion, right? So what Hitler did to millions of Jews is just a matter of your opinion if you don't like it, right? It's not really that wrong. And the fact that evil exists in the world, okay, through evil exists in the world, that means that the opposite of that also exists, right? So it just for me to know where do you ground that, objective morality, right? So that's where came to conclusion after years of studying it, that the most rational for me, rational based on the evidence and logic and reasoning, the most rational worldview for me is, yung theism. Okay. When it comes to theism, believing in God. All right. So there are only three competing worldviews when it comes to that. It's going to be Judeo, Islam, Christian. And I can find what I kind of find a way where the truth is because you can, they cannot be true all at the same time, right? It's either all wrong and or there's only one that is right or true and the rest are wrong. Okay, so if you believe in objective truth, okay, there only be must be one true God. Okay, and that's where I studied, religion, theology, and I came to realization that Christianity is still the most consistent and rational worldview from the historical perspective, scientific perspective, logical perspective, and you know and evidence. So it's kind of deep, but I would rather. So going back to your question again, I would rather spend more time, evangelizing people. That
Nice.
if it's the end of the world, you got to be get right with your creator.
We gotta save
Creator.
who we can save, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And going back to what you said earlier that you had like problems believing before, I think most people who experience that are the most spiritual persons, you know. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
believe in because you get to study a lot and like sometimes I believe that and I say this lovingly ha, God is an alien. I believe that he has a database. Na he can just search for us and, you know, find that find what we're doing. Parang ganon. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that kailangan talaga na with the world and kung alam mo yun, yung tinatahak ng mundo natin, it might end in 3 years time, 10 years time, and whatever time may be, but we gotta save who we can save. Grabe naging religious na to podcast.
Philosophy naman. Okay, kasi unlike most religious people, I didn't came into faith na because of emotion, right? Because most of
Mm,
believers are for me, the way I see it is they walk blindly, right? It's a blind faith. They just want God to exist because they want it, right? Because they like the idea of being in heaven, being in the paradise, right? But if you're gonna ask them, how did you come to that conclusion? Because if you believe it's true, you have to back it up with your reasoning and evidence and your logic, right? That is the most logical thing to believe in, right? Because if you can do that, then it's just more like a uh, wishful thinking for you. Okay, you just want God to exist because you want it. Okay, just like kids, you just want Santa Claus to exist because you want it. But
Mhm.
is that true? Right? So at least you know how to yung rationalize yung faith mo. If you can't rationalize your faith, then I think that's dangerous. You will be more parang you know vulnerable when it comes to other things because if you don't see the good
Bigger
life,
picture.
diba? If you face struggles, then that's the time you're gonna question if God really exists. But you know that's irrelevant. All right. So you gotta know what you really believe in to be true, not just based on your emotion or what you like. You gotta be objective. So that's what led me to that. Okay.
Nice. That's nice. That's deep. And I really
It
have a
is.
lot to think.
Yeah.
I really have a lot to think.
I
Yeah.
can talk about it all day.
Yeah, we can talk about it all day, but yeah, the time is running. So, do you have anything else that you want to share before we end the show?
I think I wanna, yung first question that I think first uh thing that we talk about, yung take me back to that. Yung first question natin. Yung may
Mm.
sinabi ka na
Do you have
na
anything, yung parang more or like a secret sa'yo kasi
yeah, yung what people don't know
what people
much
don't know
about
about you.
me.
Because you're a private person, 'di ba? And
Tapos may sinabi ka after that. Yun
hindi mo pa
yung
share yung story mo pero famous ka na, parang gano'n.
oh yeah, yeah, sharing your your personal story, sharing your personal side when it comes to yun nga, social media as a freelancer. Here's my take on that. Okay? Uh for some people that works. But for me, uh the way I see it, okay, unless you're a celebrity or important person, okay, you your clients don't care. Okay. They just care about themselves. So for me, I want to make sure that when my target clients land on my page, they only see what they want to see. Okay. I only show what they want to see. I only say what they want to hear. Okay. And I want to make sure that it's all for them because this is business. Okay. If I had to share my private life, then I might create a separate account, but I'm not that kind of a social person. So that's why that works for me. Kasi I triple down on my skill, on what I have, and showcase it in the world. Okay, and because I know that's my strength. And if I post something there about my private life, I don't think that's gonna help a lot. Okay, because for me, from the business perspective, business owners don't care about your life. Okay, they just don't. They just care about their business. They just care about themselves. So if you want to work with them, then for me, you just show what they want to see, right? Unless they ask for it, then we talk about it on the call or on the chat. But you know, on social media, I don't share a lot of my personal stuff. So yun lang siya.
Yeah, yeah. I think you have a point, because I have a lot of male clients and that's our love language. We don't really care about anything. We just go straight to work. But I also have a few female clients and it's totally
Yeah.
different. Yung pag sa female clients naman more on emotional talaga. So I think
Mm,
it differs who your clients
mm.
are. Parang ganun.
Yeah, I agree. It depends on who your target audience is.
Mhm.
Okay? Kasi kung yung target audience mo is women and you talk about masculinity, I don't think that's gonna
Yes.
fit, right? Regardless if you share your personal uh, life or your insight, right? So if I would do that, I want to make sure that it's in line dun sa my target audience. Okay, if I'm gonna share something about from my private life, like for example, my insights, my personal belief, I want to make sure that it would resonate to my target avatar.
Mhm.
Okay, because they get value from it. But if I think na I don't have anything na magre-resonate sa kanila to say, uh, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it if I'm gonna post it or not. So
Mhm.
I want to be objective as much as possible. So whether it's a personal thing or business, I want to make sure that I give value to other people and not just kind of uh, showing off what I got or airing my opinion. I want to make sure na it's something that is relatable to my target audience. So yeah,
Additional question.
go ahead.
Like additional question. Regarding you being objective, was there any trigger from the past about that kind of attitude?
Uh no, not really. I didn't have a parang traumatic experience.
Mhm.
I'm just kind of fed up with this ideas that this society na that we live in inaano nila. They make it kind of this the standard of life, right? So I'm kind of fed up with that because you know what you see on mass media, right? For a lot of people, it becomes a standard, okay, without
Yes.
even thinking about it, right? So if ano ba yung ina-advertise sa may TV?
Brainwashed.
Ano pinapalabas sa mga teledrama, okay? Na sinasabi na this life should be na every anniversary, every birthday dapat may party, dapat may celebration, dapat may flowers and chocolates and all that stuff. And if you don't follow that, kind of standard, then you're kind of a mediocre person or you're a bad person if you don't do that to your partner or to your friends or to other people. And what make it so, right? So if you really thought about it, if you really think about it, these are other people's standard that they're just being, um, instilled dun sa mga uh, sa, sa masses and educating them or not actually educating them, but they're kind of uh, manipulating their perception, their life. Okay, now this how supposed to live life. This is the standard of life, and I'm completely against that. So that's why most of the time I'm kind of a contrarian yung personality ko because I ask questions a lot. Okay, if you claim something to be true, then I want to know your proof. Okay, I want to know your proof. What's your justification for saying that? Because if you can't back it up with your argument, with a strong argument, evidence, and proof, then that's an arrogance for me. Okay, that's an arrogance because if you're gonna say me that this is the right thing to do and you are wrong and you cannot justify it, then that's an arrogance. Okay, that's why for me, I don't buy all these things you see online, uh, see on TV, even on books. I don't believe right away kung anong sinasabi sa book. I want to make sure that it's logical, it's factual. Okay, there's a research done to me for me to believe it. Because if it's just all anecdotal, then it's uh it's subjective. Okay, you cannot say na this is true just based on your past or just based on your experience because you're leaving a lot of details. You're skipping a lot of details to make that conclusion. And that's an arrogance for me to say, na this is true and you should believe it because I experience it. No, it's not. No, unless you've done studies to hundreds of millions of different people and you came up with the same result, then you don't have a strong argument and you don't have the right to say it. Okay, now this is true. You can say it's your opinion, then yeah, that's fine because everyone is entitled by their own opinion. But If you claim to something to be true, universally true, without justification, without argument, then for me that's nonsense. Okay, yun siya.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And
Yeah, no problem.
yeah, I know that a lot of people listening and watching right now will have a lot to think about tonight. Okay. So thank you. Thank you
Enjoy
so
it.
much, Paul. Thank you. And
No problem.
to all the
Tapos na.
people, all the
Bis naman.
people listening, yes, to all the people listening right now and watching right now, I hope that you'll have a good night and yeah, just wallow on the things that you listen to or watch tonight, actually.
Yeah.
And like what I always say, be kind, be humble, but you can always be a badass. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.